Next. I said next, please.
Did you say next?
Yes, I did. I did indeed. Please, have a seat.
Thank you. Another cat has sat in this chair recently.
Several.
Hmm.
And you must be Fluffy.
Yes.
Odd.
What is?
Nothing personal, but you're not in the least bit fluffy.
Wasn't a name I gave myself.
Something your owners gave you?
Afraid so.
Usually turns out to be the case.
I was 8 weeks old, for goodness sake. The family stood around me like a cluster of skyscrapers. They were dangling this, throwing that. Oh, he's so fluffy. What a fluffy kitten. Oh, so soft and fluffy. Meanwhile, I'm thinking, no, don't go there.
You could see it coming.
A mile away. Family without the slightest bit of imagination. Please, here it comes. Fluffy.
And you had a different name in mind?
Several.
Such as?
Thor, god of thunder.
Wow.
Apollo, angel fire.
I rather like that.
Digger, Psycho, Elvis. That would be one hell of a name for a cat.
Elvis.
Uh-huh. But Fluffy. I'm 8 weeks old and being named for a physical attribute that's going to last 3 more months at the most.
I've seen it many times. Perfectly good cats marred with inappropriate names by their owners. Let me ask you this.
Go right ahead.
When your owners call out Fluffy,
Yes.
do you come?
Of course not.
Does your interest pique?
Not a bit.
Do you at least open an eye and connect in any way with your owners when they call you by name?
Never.
Why is that?
I'm a cat.
What if your owners had, say, perhaps...
I'm sorry. May I interrupt? Are we going to go through all of this with you referring to these people as my owners?
Problem with that?
Of course. It's demeaning and hurtful.
I've had other cats express the same feelings. But the paperwork, these forms, they were designed years ago. I'm sure if we had new forms, owner would be changed to something less hurtful.
Associates. That would be much nicer.
I like that very much.
Associates.
Associates.
Yes, yes.
I think I might put that in the suggestion box. But for now, since these forms are all I have, whenever I come to the word owners, I will swap it out with associates, if that's okay with you.
Much appreciated.
And now then, age?
3.
Approximate size?
Smallish.
How small?
I still nap in a cardboard box.
Your associates? Haven't they bought you a comfy bed?
Several. Deluxe cat beds. They spent hundreds of dollars on them.
And you use them?
Never.
No, how come?
I'm a cat.
You go your own way.
Of course.
Very good. Food?
No, thank you. I've just had lunch.
No, I meant at home. What's mealtime like?
I usually stroll into the kitchen.
And?
I complain. I specialize in these low, heartbreaking meows of hunger and suffering. Meow. And while they're busy heating up their frozen meals in a microwave, I walk between their legs, rubbing against their ankles, weaving in and out.
If you weave between their ankles while they're walking...
Yes.
They might trip and fall.
About twice a week.
And that's working for you?
I suppose I only eat a little known brand of imported cat food. Susiga caviar kasmat.
I've never heard of it.
It's imported from Sweden. It's a finely chopped mixture of sturgeon with bits of caviar.
Sounds expensive.
Quite. It needs to be served on a ceramic plate. I prefer a plate that's antique white with an oval design. The plate must come from the refrigerator, where it's been stored for at least 4 hours. So the plate's temperature is exactly 39 degrees. The cat food itself must come from a freshly opened can and be placed in the center of the plate with a silver teaspoon. And I don't want my food served near the dishwasher or anything else that makes any noise.
So your associates, they buy this expensive food from Sweden. They put it on a plate, an antique white oval plate that's been kept in the refrigerator. They use a silver teaspoon and then place it somewhere that's quiet. And you...
I take a look.
And?
I walk away.
Really?
Of course.
Why?
Like my daddy said, if you want a pet that doesn't surprise you,
Yes?
get a dog.
Well, let's move on. Inside or outside cat?
Both.
Both. How so?
There's a cat door.
But your associates put in a cat door.
Actually, there's a missing pane of glass in a basement window, but I call it a cat door.
And you spend the bulk of your time
Indoors.
Why is that?
Outdoors, overrated.
Fixed?
Excuse me?
Are you fixed? Are you neutered?
It wasn't my idea,
I'm sure.
but chicks still dig me.
Excuse me?
Female cats in heat, they dig the fluffster.
Well, you are handsome.
Handsome helps, but what gets them is my overwhelming sense of mystery. Meow. Want to see what gets them?
Very well.
Okay. I walk slow, very slow, slower and slower, and then I stop.
Stop for what?
No reason.
No reason at all.
No. I'm a cat.
Go on.
I stop. I freeze in place for a few seconds, and then
Yes?
I collapse to the ground.
Again, for no reason?
Yes, I don't make a lick of sense. I make eye contact and stretch. Oh, great, big, full body stretch. The muscles, the sinew. The babes love it.
I bet they do.
Then I roll over on my back and curl my paws in.
You don't stretch out your claws?
No, never.
How come?
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Huh.
I'm going for sweet and tender.
But if you're on your back,
Oh, yeah. They can see my junk.
or lack thereof. Sorry.
It's okay. But the whole thing with females in heat, it's not what you've got down there. Ultimately, it's what you've got up here.
I learned so much from cats.
Everyone does.
Now then, about the position you're applying for. Are you ready to make this move?
More than ready. It's overdue.
How so?
My associates and I,
Yeah.
we've gone as far as we can go. I mean, they drop a handful of cat chow in my dish, leave me alone for 12 to 16 hours. Then they say they love me. The male associate brings home fried chicken, won't even toss me a morsel. This guy's morbidly obese, and he won't part with a little dark meat.
How thoughtless.
His wife watches 9 hours of television a night, sits on my pillow.
So it's not working out.
Not really.
Well, your new associates, should you secure this position, these are very educated and cultured people, wealthy, upscale types.
Uh-huh.
And soft-spoken, perfectly dressed, well-mannered.
Old money.
Of course, they live in the city, but they keep a summer home on the shore.
Suits me perfectly.
They have an apartment in Paris.
C'est magnifique.
They want their new cat to travel with them.
I would fly as baggage.
No, first class. Their family physician would validate you as an emotional support animal.
And I am.
Needless to say, they're not looking for some comical race about the house feline. Zoom here, zoom there, jump on the dresser, pull the drapes, long fits of meowing in the middle of the night, biting and scratching. No, they're much too sedate for that sort of thing.
I've been waiting my whole life for something like this. This suits me to a T. The loudest thing I ever do is purr. Walking slow, well, I've got that down to a science. Jumping up on furniture, been there, done that. And I clean myself in private, always. I mean, who wants to look at that? Fur balls, I try to put them in the litter box.
I think you might very well be the cat for this position.
May I ask a favor?
Name it.
Let's lose Fluffy. If they have an apartment in Paris, I think they'd sit up and take notice if my application said Pierre.
Excellent idea.
Thank you.
No, thank you. We will just start all over. Pierre.
Merci. Oh, Polly. Oh, running away. Rolly, Polly, rolly, Polly. Fluffy like. Fluffy like. Fluffy like. Ha. Fluffy like. Fluffy like. Ha. Fluffy like.
Next.